Hola Houston, and welcome to Viva Magazine Live, your connection to people, stories, and issues shaping our community. I'm your host, Blanca Blanco, and today we're here at City Hall, and we're honored to be joined by the Mayor of Houston, John Whitmire. Mayor Whitmire brings decades of public service experience and leading one of the most diverse and dynamic cities in the country at a time of growth, opportunity, and important challenges. Today, we'll be talking about the future of Houston, from public safety and economic development to major global events like FIFA, the World Cup, and the issues that matter most to our Hispanic community. But before we get to it, we're going to take a short break and hear a word from our generous sponsor, Commissioner Adrian Garcia. Come back, we'll begin with Mayor's vision, priorities of Houston, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome to Viva Magazine Live. We're here with Houston Mayor John Whitmire. Mayor Whitmire, welcome to Viva Magazine Live.
Thank you, Blanca. I'm very excited and look forward to a good dialogue to engage our community.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us today. So, Mayor, let's begin.
Sure.
As you look at Houston today, what do you see as the top priorities for your next administration? Let's say for your administration over the next few years.
You know, continue the progress we're making.
Yeah.
Continue to include everyone. You know, I inherited a city hall that did not look like Houston. Hispanics had been largely left out, maybe a couple of boards or commissions, but certainly not the directors. So we will be inclusive. We'll continue to make public safety our priority, because I'm a strong believer if we're not safe, nothing else matters. Improve the streets, the drainage, quality of life issues. We're going to improve that solid waste,
right.
Make it be on time, improve our parks. So really just continue the progress that we've gotten started in my first term.
Right.
A lot of work left to be done, a lot of things I'm proud of. I have a great team at City Hall.
Yes.
But there's still a lot of improvement that needs to be carried out.
That's right. So I know that we all know that Houston is growing rapidly. How do you balance the growth with maintaining quality of life in the neighborhoods across the city? Like you said, there's a lot of work to be done.
A lot of challenge. There's been a lot of neglect for many years, kicking the can down the road. So we have to just work hard, have a good, honest, hard-working team in place. I'm very proud of my directors. I can give you a long list, many of them Hispanic leadership positions. So our fire chief, our police chief, Ms. Santos.
We're very proud of them.
Ms. Santos is running the municipal courts, and Elizabeth Brock, Metro. Arturo's my general counsel. Recently, Michelle Leal became in charge of the arts department. So there's just a lot of things to build on, but we do have challenges. You know, we have financial challenges. We have a revenue cap that we are committed not to go above by state law. We're required, and the citizens of Houston. We don't want to raise property taxes, so we have to be more efficient and collaborate with our friends at the county, get state assistance. Even the federal government needs to assist us. I want to continue to improve the homeless numbers. We've opened our first shelter, which I'll be glad to discuss, but we still have too many people living on the streets. We need to take care of them and protect our neighborhoods, and it can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. So that just leads me to my next question, Mayor. What does success look like for you at the end of your term? What do you see?
A city that works?
Yeah.
I think I can document that I inherited a city that was a great city, strong city, but it had been neglected. I want people to believe that we're working for them, that we're honest, we're passionate, eliminate the conflicts of interest and the corruption. And I can document people that have been arrested for stealing. You know, I had to replace the entire housing authority. I could go through the changes we've made, that it's going to take years to continue to get them at the level we want them.
Right. well, you're going to leave a city that works once your terms are up. And I hope that you consider moving on to the next level into, because you have been in the political arena for many years, about 34 years.
54.
Oh, 54.
I'm a public servant.
Yes, you are.
I went to Austin when I was 23.
Yes.
That's 50 plus years ago. I've seen Houston change. I've worked with many mayors. We have a great city, but most of our major cities in the country have challenges.
Yes.
And we're meeting our challenges. And let me quickly add, when we woke up this morning, there's 2.3 million Houstonians, but 700,000 people travel to Houston each day to work. The challenge is we want them to live in Houston. We don't want them to just work and then go back to the suburbs. We want them to live in Houston. And quality of life issues, public safety, we want to improve the schools. And I don't run the schools, but HISD needs to move in the right direction.
They need to step up for sure.
Ma'am.
We'll talk about some of that. One of the most exciting opportunities on the horizon, and it's here already, is Houston's role in the FIFA World Cup. What does hosting the FIFA World Cup matches here in Houston mean for Houston on the global stage?
Thanks for asking. It shows that Houston is a can-do city.
Yes.
I've been to several of the Fan Fest events. I've had the opportunity, I had to meet the leadership of FIFA yesterday. You know, there's going to be a World Cup for women in 31.
Wow, that's exciting.
So we're already working in that direction. And it's you know, we have critics that say it impacts the city's operations. No, it's great for the city of Houston, not only from a revenue standpoint. We get hotel occupancy tax, we get sales tax. It's created jobs. So it shows we're a can-do city. It puts us on the world stage.
Yes.
It's good for Houston. It will attract future major events, but major events are not new to us. We've had Super Bowls, Final Fours. How about the rodeo?
Yeah, the rodeo is big.
The rodeo is probably larger than FIFA on any particular day.
That's right.
So I'm very excited about FIFA. It's a lot of work, but we are prepared. FIFA brags on us, says we're the grown-up city.
Yes.
Because we're the most prepared.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a good event. It brings us together. Houston's diversity is on display. Nearly every team from overseas has a large group of their residents have become Houstonians, and they live and work with us each day.
That's right. I know. They're all over the city, southwest area, north side, near north side. They're everywhere.
They work in the med center. They work at the city. I mean, they help us make this a great city.
Yes. So how did the city prepare, Mayor, to welcome international visitors and showcase Houston diversity? You mentioned a little bit about that, so give me a little bit of detail on that.
For several years now, first of all, it was actually given to Houston before I took office. You know, the host committee led by John Arnold, but Laura Murillo with the Chamber and Houston First, the Sports Authority. We had to get the Sports Authority so focused on their core missions of, you know, making events work, the venues in good shape. But since I took office, we've been having regular meetings with public safety, the fire and police. And you know, I have a new Hispanic police chief, and Chief Diaz doing a great job. Tom Munoz, 24-year veteran of the fire department. I met him when he was running the emergency center, so I've watched him in action during our storms. So you put a good team to place, you have regular meetings, everybody has to give a report. So we've considered all possible conditions and challenges. What if we had a storm? Which we kind of flirted. We flirted with one earlier this week. We were prepared for that. And you work with other agencies. The FBI's been involved to screen our guests to make sure that anyone with a record of being a disruptor, maybe a dangerous person, is not allowed into our city or venues. Or, I say not allowed. We watch them very careful.
You watch those
so
bad
you do
actors.
that. You have the health department because of the heat involved. Metro, you know, their first day, the first event, they had a lot of backup folks in the heat trying to get on the train after the event. They corrected that yesterday, the second game, by allowing people to wait in the convention hall. So, you know, we just are not going to let things slip up on us. It's well planned, great event, and a lot of other cities are calling us. How do you do what you do?
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. So what lasting benefits do you hope this event will bring to the local communities and businesses?
Well, that's part of the FIFA plan, is to leave a legacy behind. 23 additional soccer fields. At Moody Park, there will be around half a dozen more. Soccer is being introduced. Of course, we already know it's the world's most popular sport. Houstonians play it on a regular basis. The A-Leaf Multi-Service Center, I think, has 3, maybe 4 soccer fields. HISD has introduced it. Westbury's got a recognized soccer team made up of mostly immigrants. So soccer is here in a big way.
It's here to stay.
But it just got pushed to the front of the list of sports in Houston. Of course, football, we all know, and basketball, and the Astros. So we're a very sports-minded city. Now, make certain that everyone lists soccer is one that Houstonians support and enjoy.
It's a great event, and people love it, and we'll all
just
be
the heat.
You know,
it's just, we are in Houston. We do get heavy rains. So welcome to Houston.
Okay, after the break, we'll talk about public safety and economic growth in Houston, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Viva Magazine Live. We're speaking to Mayor John Whitmire, and we're going to talk about public safety and that it continues to be a key concern for many Houstonians. So, Mayor, what are the main steps that your administration is taking to improve public safety across the city?
I got an outstanding police chief, command staff that are can-do people. They look out for people's rights, but we don't tolerate crime. Last weekend we got some publicity about young people trying to take over Discovery Green. No, not in the city of Houston. We want everyone to enjoy themselves, but we're not going to have wild, unlawful behavior, because we all want to be safe in our parks, in our homes. One of the major steps we've taken is recruitment. Houston was getting dangerously low on firefighters and police when I took office. So we gave them a very significant benefit package, which they had been denied for years. So now our recruitment is at an all-time high. We've sworn in 800 new policemen in the 2.5 years I've been in office. 600 additional firefighters. So we're at the highest level of police officers ever in Houston Police Department, 5,400. So we'll continue that recruitment. We're not losing people to retirement or changing agencies. They used to retire and then go over to the county and work as deputy. So all hands on deck. The department is growing as soon as I got in office. New chief, he has a long history of crime fighting as DPS, Ranger. And our department is very diverse. Over 50% of our department is Hispanic. We have language skills. So we just work hard. And now there's some question, why overtime for police and fire? It's a challenge.
It is.
We're hoping to reduce the overtime, but I will never shortchange public safety.
That's right.
We have what's called pop-up protests with the world issues, national issues. People just decide to protest in parks here at City Hall. No King March drew thousands of people. It was safe because HPD was trained, they're prepared, they had people in the crowd actually handing out water. So we want community engagement through HPD. There was a so-called community engagement, but the chief has now made them be a part of the community. And we're opening, let's get to Metro. We want our Metro lines to be safe. Unfortunately, before I got here, someone allowed Greyhound bus to go to Harrisburg.
That was a
serious
big
challenge. We've discussed they should go somewhere else, but they're a corporation. We can't make them do anything, but we put a Metro substation across the street.
Right.
So we're constantly thinking, how can we make Houston safer? I'm excited about public safety. And it's really allowed us now, because we feel like we've got all the people in place for public safety, to work more on infrastructure.
Right.
And the streets are getting paid. The drainage and broken water mains are getting fixed. So, you know, it all fits together.
Yes.
Make the city work again.
That's right. You answered my question about trust between law enforcement and the community that they serve. You've touched on that and how their community engagement. So what are the specific initiatives or partnerships that you believe will make the biggest difference in public safety and building that trust?
I think to have the officers know the community, be in the community, continue to make sure our department is trained properly, make sure it's diverse,
right,
and listen to the community.
Right.
You know, I'm excited about the opportunity to visit with you. We just need to allow people to know we're here to serve.
Yeah.
And I'm very committed. I can't tell you you know my history in the Hispanic community.
Known you for a long time.
I can go on and on. I represented the East Side in the 80s as a senator. I've watched the growth. I've watched the second and third generation of Latino. So I'm a part of the community. So I'm always ears and eyes and
yes, you are.
Community engagement.
So how is the city ensuring, you know, Houston is an economic powerhouse. So how is the city ensuring that economic growth reaches all communities, including small and minority businesses?
Well, we got a strong Office of Opportunity, Business Opportunity, MWB program. We balance it among all the different minority groups. Specifically though, the Hispanic community is such a part of my administration.
Yes.
They're just not going to be left out,
Yes.
whether
Thank you,
it's
sir.
metro employment, they're treated fairly over the court system. Arturo is our general counsel. Specifically about jobs, I'm so excited about the doubling the size of the George Brown Convention Center. We are becoming a destination for conventions and events.
Yes.
But the doubling of it will not only create thousands of jobs, it's being recognized as a place because of its expansion. And you got the Astros playing at one end of George Brown and Toyota at the other.
Right.
And that'll create a lot of jobs, with 59 and 45 going underground, which is going to create traffic disruption. But when it's finished, you'll have a green space there. You'll have a door and opening to the George Brown to the east side.
Yes.
And the Dynamo is right there playing ball. So how do we create jobs and opportunities? Houston's growing at a rapid rate. The Hispanic community is a very strong participant in everything we do. Jobs, education. I'll get back and emphasize HISD. You go look at a HISD little playground, guess who's on the playing field? It's Hispanic. So that's Houston's future.
Right.
And I used to say Houston's future belongs to the Hispanics. I will go on now and say today is a Hispanic. Houston is a Hispanic city now.
That's right.
We don't have to talk about the future. Drive around Houston.
Yes.
Our entertainment, our culture, our food,
Everything.
our sports.
That's right.
Go look and see who's the famous Astros.
Yes, of course. Altuve and Jeremy,
Alvarez,
all of them.
I can go on and on.
Yeah.
And we not only want our sports figures to be mentored to our young Hispanic, we want our business leaders.
That's right.
And I can't say enough about Juan Garcia. Let me just give Juan a shout out. The chair of the Sports Authority. I knew what I was putting in. He's the first Latino on the Rodeo Executive Committee. It was about time. The rodeo still needs to be more diverse.
That's right. He's a great man. He does a lot of work, and he's not afraid to work, and he's out there.
He's a gentleman.
Yeah, he really is.
And a hard-working and a good lawyer and a family man.
That's right. So you mentioned the Houston Latino community, that it is a vital part of the city's identity, and of course the future, and it's now. The Latinos now. Mayor Whitmire, during your tenure in the Texas Senate, you developed a close friendship with the late Senator Mario Gallegos, a very respected advocate for the Latino Hispanic community. here in Houston. And also you have a very close relationship with the senator now, Senator Carol Alvarado.
Yes.
So how did your relationship with both the late senator and Senator Carol Alvarado influence your understanding of the issues important to Hispanic Houstonians? And do you believe that those relationships strengthen your connection with the Latino community?
No question. They were great partners of mine, and I am still sad and miss Mario on a regular basis. You know, I know where Gallegos Elementary is.
Right.
I was at the ribbon cutting of that school.
That's right.
So I think of Mario, and I wish he was here to mentor. You know,
I wish he was here so he could see
the results of our hard work. Mario helped me create the Sports Authority, which has built all of our great venues, and then of course I've known Carol since when she was in high school. We were on the East End protesting the release of chemicals in Manchester.
Yes.
And I just noticed this dynamic young high school, soon to be U of H student, and have watched her career and very proud of her, and I think she has such a bright future.
She does.
But certainly those individuals and many, many others have the community has shaped and molded me.
Yes.
You know, heck, I've worked with the sheriff when he was on city council. Well, when he was HPD.
Yes.
Ed Gonzalez, our sheriff, knew him for many years. So there's a lot of partnerships. I'm proud of the work that Commissioner Briones is doing. I mean, she's a really committed public servant. So that, and then also there were a lot of Hispanics in the legislature. Carlos Truon from Corpus Christi helped shape and mold me. When I got to the House, he was there. So I've always worked close with the farm workers and fought for, can you imagine we had to fight for bilingual education?
Yes, I remember,
And that was a battle. Working for the farm workers were always a challenge. Creating a Hispanic Senate district.
Yes.
See, I was a senator for the Hispanic community in the 80s. I inherited that from the previous senator.
Right.
And then through hard work and connections, we created a Hispanic Senate district.
Right.
And of course, I've watched the Hispanic district being created at Commissioner's Court.
Right.
I've worked close with Sylvia as a commissioner, heck, as when she was a municipal judge chief. And now I constantly, regularly work with her now.
Right.
So there's just a lot of things to be proud of on behalf of the Hispanic community, but I really hope I live a long, long life to see even future gains by the Hispanic community. And I'm certainly proud to say I'm doing my part.
Yes, you are.
The leadership across my administration represents a community, and certainly the representation of the Hispanic community.
Yes, and thank you very much, Mayor. You've done a great job on that side of it. So what are the key issues that you're hearing from the Hispanic community right now?
Obviously, everyone is bothered by ICE in the immigration policies. And I've been very clear, I'm sorry that we even have to deal with that, but we do. And we've been very transparent. Our chief is very compassionate. But Austin passed Senate Bill 4. Before I left, I voted against it, so I have a clear record of protecting our communities from any abuses. We've got to get through this period of the current federal administration. We have to follow state laws, or we will lose all of our funding for the health department and public safety. So all I ask of people is, let's don't politicize it. Let's don't allow disruptors or attorneys or activists to misrepresent the good relationship between the Hispanic community and really all levels of government. Certainly my administration. Look at my administration. You got a fire chief, police chief, our municipal courts. So we don't interact with ICE. We follow the state law, and we enforce city ordinances and state laws. And we're in the community. I understand the anxiety. I'm very disturbed by what it does to families, whether they're undocumented or they have relatives that are undocumented. And certainly I have personal relationships with the immigrant community, certainly the undocumented, the dreamer. We were talking about Rick Noriega early. I regularly give him a shout out.
Right.
Dreamers have worked in my office in Austin, some of the best workers. So we need to protect the Dreamer Act and work together and don't let people divide us.
That's right. That's right. And divide us with the narrative that they put out into the community.
Some people would like to fight in the streets, go to court and fight. Well, the current court makeup in the state, the Supreme Court and the Fifth Circuit, I know how they rule. They are very, very to the right in the political environment we do, but you can look at the other major cities, LA, Chicago, Wisconsin, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
We've kept things calm and fair, and HPD is the community's friend.
Yeah.
So we don't want allow anyone to divide HPD from the community.
That's right.
Because it's just not effective and it's wrong.
Yes. So how is your administration working to ensure that Hispanic and Latino families and businesses have access to opportunities and resources?
It's through my appointments, my Hispanic advisory. Juan, by the way, is going to Roland Garcia, we went in and promoted him over to the Port Commission.
Yes.
So Juan is fulfilling, and we've got the advisory committee that meets with me. I challenge them to do more. We've put people on Sofia Gonzalez on Houston First,
right,
to make certain that representation's at the board. So, you know, I just think we continue down the path of inclusion and promoting the opportunities for the Hispanic community through good appointments, but then holding them accountable. I don't want my good appointments to just be figureheads. I want them to hire Latino employees, appear at schools and civic opportunities, encourage people to vote.
Right.
You know, I can tell people how I'd like for them to vote, but the most important thing is just register and vote, particularly our young people.
That's right. What I want to ask you is, what message would you like to share directly with Houston's Hispanic residents or Latino residents?
I'd like to thank them for including me in weddings and good times and the bad times.
Yeah.
You know, we mentioned Mario before.
And by the way, he was our padrino in our wedding.
Oh,
Mario, yes,
well,
32
I certainly
years
got
ago.
to know Freddie from Mario's service, and obviously you were always present.
Yes.
So I want to thank the Hispanic community for allowing me to be their representative for plus 50 years.
Yeah.
And I want to make certain everybody knows the best is yet to come.
Yes.
The way I have emerged the Hispanic community into my administration, it just, I know for a fact, I ought to let someone else say it, I have been the most friendly mayor and inclusive mayor to the Hispanic community than any previous mayor.
I believe that.
And I don't mind people saying I'm the first Hispanic mayor.
Well, you are the first Hispanic mayor in my book.
Well,
Thank you very
you're
much.
Nice. And I will work someday where we have one of our friends, our family, community members as the mayor of Houston.
Yes.
I look forward to that.
We're looking forward to having the first Hispanic mayor.
It will happen. I mean, I don't mind being in a holding pattern. You know, we've got a lot of work left to do.
Yes.
So when I conclude after 6 more years, I'll be very glad to consider passing that baton to a lot of our friends.
Yes, absolutely, Mayor. So Mayor Whitmire, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and share your vision for Houston here, and all the viewers at Viva Magazine Live. I know a lot of them will be seeing this show and hearing your message to the Latino community. So thank you. Thank you for your time.
I've enjoyed it. It gives me an opportunity to visit with a community leader for many years, and let's do it again soon.
We will. Thank you so much. Thank you to our viewers for joining us on Viva Magazine Live, and we'll continue bringing you conversations that inform, inspire, and connect to our community. I'm Blanca Blanco, and we'll see you next time. Hasta luego, Houston.